Charlie Appleby is a man who clearly thrives on responsibility. In July of last year, the 38-year-old was catapulted into the limelight when being named as the new public face of one half of Sheikh Mohammed's worldwide Godolphin brand. Not only was his job to deliver success with the 200 horses he'd inherited from the disgraced Mahmoud al-Zaruni, but he was also charged with the task of restoring the reputation of Moulton Paddocks stables in Newmarket. Appleby immediately set about putting things right. He sent out his first winner expressly just 3 days after taking up his new position, and more success was to follow. Kappa Rushes gave him his first pattern race winner at Glorious Goodwood, and Outstripped announced his presence on the 2-year-old scene with victory in Doncaster's Champagne Stakes. This Group 2 success for Outstrip set up a tilt at the Breeders' Cup, and what was to follow in the LA Sun was truly Hollywood.
Here's Outstrip to win it!
Charlie entered his first season as a Godolphin trainer with over 60 winners, and heading into the 2014 season, he's a team in excess of 180, headed by the 2012 Ladbrokes St Leger hero, Enki. Well, here we are on a sun-kissed morning in Newmarket at Moulton Paddocks, and Charlie Appleby in his second season and his first full season as a trainer to Sheikh Mohammed and Godolphin. And it's been 10 months, Charlie, since you were first given the job. And how have you settled into it, and how comfortable are you now as a Godolphin trainer?
It's been a very enjoyable ride so far today, and looking forward to the season ahead. On the back of last season, as I've well documented, the horses took the pressure off me. They were in rude health, and they pitched it up week in, week out, and we won the right races, and it was a nice crowning event at the end of the season there to go and win the Breeders' Cup with Outstrip.
A very good start to the year, and we're here in Newmarket. And Newmarket's somewhere that you weren't born in, but you've been in for quite some time.
Yes, I've been here for some time now. 20 years. Started with Susan Pigott. Was at Susan Piggott's for 2 or 3 years there. And then I joined David Loder's when he was a public trainer, and then when he went as a private trainer to Godolphin, we moved to France. Spent 2 years in France, and then came back. Spent a year with David, then still as a Godolphin trainer, and then David went back to being a public trainer, and I stayed on with Godolphin and joined Saibin Sarur.
And I guess if you're working with David Loder from a very early stage with those 2-year-olds, you must have seen some really good horses come through.
Yes, we did. I'm very fortunate to be associated with the likes of Dubai Millennium when he was a 2-year-old. It was a great learning curve for me there as respects to dealing with 2-year-olds. David's attention to detail was second to none. He was, renowned for his 2-year-olds, and it was an enjoyable time. Good staff there, good team, and learnt a lot. And always keep that in the back of my mind.
You've obviously got Godolphin in your racing blood from a very embryonic stage.
Yes, I'm going into my 16th year with Godolphin now, so I'd like to think as I'm been a long-standing member here now, and it's been a great experience right from day one. Like I say, being very fortunate to be associated with a lot of good horses down through the years there, and great team and great staff. You've abundance of experience within Godolphin, and you just you learn from everybody all the way through. Those early years, I was doing the travelling, and fortunate to go around the world with nice horses, and that was, again, good experience of meeting people when you're travelling. And then I was based more in the yard as one of the head lads there, and progressed through the ranks there to become an assistant there to Saeed, and had some enjoyable times there as an assistant during the carnival, and back here in the UK. Then I was assistant to Mahmoud there, and now I'm very, very grateful that now I'm a trainer to Godolphin alongside Saibin Sarur.
An assistant to 2 trainers there. Were they different people to work for, and do they have different methodologies that you've been able to draw on that experience to make it your own now?
Yes, I feel that every trainer's going to be different. 2 different trainers, 2 different characters, and I've taken my take of it, and the results will be hopefully in the pudding, as they say, towards the end of the season.
And Mahmood left here in quite controversial circumstances in the April of last year. It was July when you were appointed. Just talk us through what happened in that interim period and how you actually became to be appointed as the second trainer.
Obviously, unfortunately, we went through that period, and Saib was appointed trainer to Moulton Paddocks in June, and I was appointed assistant to Saib bin Surah again, and I was, to this day, always very grateful. But was given this, asked if I would take on the job of training from Moulton Paddocks.
And does that come in the form of a phone call, or did you go and see Sheikh Mohammed, or?
No, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and Simon Crisford at Godolphin sat me down and we talked through it, and like I say, it was an amazing opportunity, and when you get those opportunities, you take it with both hands and you do your best, and that's what I was asked to do. From where we were, it was just His Highness Sheikh Mohammed just said, Charlie, just do your best, and the results will come. And when you have that support given to you, it's great. The confidence to just get on with the job in hand, and had a great support team around me. Good lads here, and again, abundance of experience that we all pulled together, and we did the best we can from where we were. And I felt that the results put that dark period behind us. At the end of the season, end of 2013 season, Godolphin had numerically had their best ever season, far winning on Champions Day for Saib bin Surah was a great achievement, and then from my own personal side, outstrip, like I say, winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, just capped the year off where you'd like it to finish.
On the extreme left, Expressly is making pretty smooth ground in the Godolphin blue. It's Snow Powder, but Expressly is getting there very easily at the moment. Muajiza, International Love didn't find a great deal. Expressly moves forward for Mikel Barcelona and begins to stretch 2 to 3 lengths clear from, in second place, Snow Powder, Muajiza, then International Love. But Expressly may not be the biggest race in the world, but if you remember, for Charlie Appleby's first success since getting the licence, and Expressly has won this really well.
Looking back to last season, Charlie, your first winner came relatively quickly after you took over the licence.
That's correct, yeah. Expressly, she won at Ascot, and then the following week, a couple of rushes went and won the Gordon Straights, which was great. Just nice to, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed was there, and Princess Haya was there. So it was just a great day, and we all thoroughly enjoyed it.
And he'd outran his odds in the Irish Derby prior to that, but were you quite confident of his chances coming into the Gordon Stakes?
Yeah, and he sort of got his ground. It was decent ground that day, and hopefully he was going to run a big race. But to go ahead and win it was like I say, a thoroughly enjoyable day, and it was just a nice start to my career.
And was that a bit of a feeling that the pressure was off a little bit? You'd got one of the big wins in the bag?
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, it was sort of within the first sort of week of me having the licence, and to have that winner on a televised day, it was sort of we got everything all out of the way within the first week, and we could just, like I say, put it all behind us and get on with the job in hand.
And the training last year, not just Caparush is the big win over in America as well without Strip. That was really a feather in your cap at the end of what had been a really good season for you.
That's correct. Like I said, we'd had 60 winners up to date from the end of July there, and then going to America, it was His Highness Sheikh Mohammed who'd sort of given us the confidence to take the horse out there, and to go and that week out there was just one of those weeks I don't think it probably might ever happen again. Just so everything went so well, and I've been on these trips before when I was travelling, and there's always some little niggly problem will be around the corner to meet you. But that week, everything just went great. The horse just improved physically and mentally improved. Sounds strange, but it was every day. He was stepping out onto the track. He was just gaining more confidence, going out and looked great. And they just say the rest is history.
And just talk us through that day itself, the excitement, the emotions, and it was such a nail-biting finish as well.
During the race, I must admit, if you'd asked me were we going to win halfway down the back stretch there, I'd have probably So I said no. But once he started to pick up in the straight, I wasn't confident, but I knew he'd run all the way to the line, and it was a great ride by Mike Smith. I mean, he's a legend round there. And like I say, it was just a very, very surreal moment, and it was like I said, just a crowning moment to say a big thank you for giving me and the team the opportunity to do the job.
Moulton Paddocks, where Outstrip is housed, is one of Godolphin's 2 state-of-the-art training establishments in and around Newmarket. Reopened in 2012 after an extensive redevelopment project, the inmates at the historic yard have every training aid at their disposal. Well, Charlie, Moulton obviously quite a big place. Just tell us exactly what you've got here on the estate.
This is one of the finest, for me, one of the finest training establishments within Europe. We're very, very lucky to, as we're sat here at the moment at the what we call the spa area, which consists of the swimming pool. We have water treadmills and the hydrotherapy spas, and a dry treadmill here, and then we have 3 yards. Both the 2 main yards consist of 110 horses and capacity and 90 horse capacity in the new yard. And with respect to gallops, we have 2 synthetics and 3 grass gallops and a wood chip. Beautiful gallops, I say, of all distances. So very, very lucky there, and also so many lovely paddocks to turn these horses out in during the day, and so let the fillies out, and so they have a nice relaxing time and can let themselves down. So it's an amazing place.
And you've been here since, I think, 2007, you were saying. What changes have you seen in that time?
It's obviously been it's an older estate, so it's just bringing it up to a certain level of modernisation. But as we've obviously seen, we've driven through a lot of the woodland there to get to the gallops, and just looking after all those areas and letting those new young trees see a bit of light now, and that's been seeing all of that mature is lovely.
It's a very tranquil place. What benefits do you feel you have training on a private facility as opposed to being in Newmarket itself?
Benefits is you can train a larger number of horses. Obviously there's plenty of trainers in the town. I know training large number of horses, but here it's simplified in respects as we've only got ourselves to get in each other's way, and we're not queuing to get onto any gallops or having to worry about what time we have to get onto the gallops to get the best ground. We can have the best ground whatever time of day we want to use the ground. So that's definitely a benefit, and just as you know yourself, just sitting here now, it's lovely and peaceful, and fresh air, and it's all a very nice place to be.
Yeah, you could quite happily pull up a couple of sun decks and have a bit of a dip in the pool, but we've got this huge pool behind us. I mean, how often do you use this, and what do you actually use it for?
All of these facilities are training aids. We use them individually. I say some horses enjoy to swim, and you can see them benefiting from having a swim. Some horses you'll try to give them a swim, and you can see that they're not enjoying it, and potentially will go backwards. So it's just a little bit touchy-feely, and all of these, as I would call them, are training aids. They're not there to train a horse, but they're to help a horse within its training.
And you've got the horse walkers, and you've also got the treadmills as well that seem to be quite fashionable these days.
Yes, they are, and there's lots of trainers out there now using the treadmills, and we do use them. But again, just to certain individuals, they are certainly a very useful bit of kit to have.
And do you use this yourself to keep fit?
No, I haven't as yet.